Spinning Holloway Second T. Back with another EP. Y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all smash that like button for your boy when you roll on in. Whether you're here for a good time or a long time, greatly appreciate you sliding through. We gonna take our time with it this morning because we ain't got nothing but time. We don't got nothing but time. But I want to have a boxing conversation with y'all this morning. Just between me and you. It ain't number two people here right now. Well, it's five people here right now, right? Ain't number one of y'all said nothing. Well, now it's seven of y'all in here, right? But ain't none of y'all said nothing. But I want to have a conversation with y'all, right? Now, things should things things are simple, right? Until we make them hard. Yo, I got seven people in the bed. It's seven of y'all in here right now. If all seven of y'all not subscribed to this channel, y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all go subscribe to the channel. We talk this good boxing and sports every single. He said I count for five. We talk this good boxing, this single sports every single morning, y'all. And I just want to have a conversation to y'all, right? This ain't no hate EP. I really just want to talk about something. Okay, I really just want to talk about something that's been on my. What's good, Jazz? Appreciate you sliding through this thing, beautiful. My guy Tay D, what's good, Tay D? If y'all could hit that thumbs up for your boy. My guy Cunner Loco Sports, hit that thumbs up for your boy. You know what I mean? So we all love this great sport of boxing, right? Because if you didn't, you won't be up at 5 in the morning over here on my little ass channel. You know what I mean? Talking boxing, right? So we all love this sport of boxing, right? So I'm just thinking right now, right? So we got, we the big three. I call them what they is, the big three, because that's really what they is, the big three, bro. Devin, Tank, and Shakur Stevenson, the big three, right? So, we in boxing, we love keeping up with the big three. We love watching the big three, and we love watching the moves that the big three is making, right? Shakur, Tank, and Devin. So at this point, we know that Shakur Stevenson, it's hard for him to find a fight right now, right? At this point, we pretty much know that Devin Haney and Regis Prograde is pretty much locked up, right? And we really don't know who Javante Tank Davis fighting right now because him and his team keeping it kind of tight knit. Right, we hearing the Eastside Cruz rumors, but Javante Tank Davis and his side haven't came out and made that official yet, right? So that means that it's still a little hope, right? And I'm saying all that to say this, right, about the Eastside thing. None of us really want to see Javante Tank Davis fight Eastside Cruz. Now this is a fight that I knew probably was coming, right? I was hoping that something different would come because the Haney and the Javante team, they did make contact with one another. Right, the Shakur and the Tank teams did make contact with one another. So I was hoping, maybe not. And sure enough, we saw that once. Yoda, what's good, Yoda? Appreciate you sliding through this thing. Shout out my guy Yoda Wise. Appreciate you sliding through. Appreciate you sliding through this thing. What's good, Pimp? My Philly brother. But no one is really asking for the Eastside Cruz fight, right? If we get the Eastside Cruz fight, of course we're going to watch it because we're mad boxing fans. Because we're mad boxing fans, right? By mad, I don't mean like we're angry boxing fans. Like we're big boxing fans, right? So we gonna pretty much watch whatever you put out. We might talk shit about it, right? Let me turn my monetization on this. I ain't turn my monetization on this video. We gonna talk shit about it, right? When you put it out, but as mad boxing fans, we still go watch it. But nobody is asking you for Eastside Cruz. That doesn't mean that we won't watch it, right? But nobody is asking you for the Eastside Cruz fight, Javante Tank Davis. That's a fight, right? That's a fight that we very well could. That's a fight that we very well could do without. You know what I mean? So nobody's really pressing for that fight, right? Shakur Stevenson is in this funny situation to where he can't seem to get him a big fight, or off the ground, right? He can't seem to get a big fight off the ground, right? So he's in between fights right now. Is Shakur Stevenson, right? So Shakur Stevenson, we thought we was about to get Shakur Stevenson versus Devin. Didn't quite happen that way for. Didn't quite happen that way for whatever reason. We thought he said fuck that poo shit. We thought we was about to get the fight with Frank Martin, right? Didn't happen, for whatever reason. It was even the time in there with Shakur, right? We thought we was about to get Williams and Pater, and Williams and Pater decided he wanted to fight Shakur, and then when Shakur said, "Cool, let's fight," he decided that he didn't want to fight Shakur, right? So we didn't get Williams and Pater. Duh. You know what I mean? We didn't get Eastside Cruz versus Shakur. People forget, before Frank Martin was called for that WBC title mandatory, right? Who was called for that WBC mandatory versus Shakur? Y'all remember who was the very first person, right? Not the second, not the third. But do y'all remember, right? And it's a real question because we ain't got number time this morning. I ain't got number what? 7 of y'all in here, so I know it's 7 real niggas, right? We ain't got number time. Y'all remember who the first person that got called for that mandatory versus Shakur Stevenson? Anybody right now? I got 7 real niggas in the building. Do anybody remember the very first one? TD, go back even farther than that. Even farther than that, TD. It was Eastside Cruz first. Loma was getting ready to fight Devin, and they said, Eastside, you could fight Shakur. They said, Eastside, you could fight Shakur for the interim title. Eastside Cruz said, nah. And then it was Loma after him. It was Loma after the Devin Haney fight. But yeah, Eastside Cruz ducked Shakur Stevenson beforehand, right? So he can't seem to get that fight made with Eastside Cruz. He can't seem to get that fight made with Devin Haney, right? He can't seem to get that fight made with Frank Martin, right? So I'm just over here thinking to myself, right? So the three kings, right? The 3 kings, the big 3, whatever you want to call them, right? Tank, Shakur, Devin. The ultimate goal for us as boxing fans, right? At least I'm thinking, right? The ultimate goal for us as boxing fans, right, is to get at least 2 out of 3 of these dudes in the ring together, right? At this point, it really doesn't matter who, right? It may have started off with Tank and Devin, and then it went to, Shakur and Tank, and then now it's Shakur and Devin, right? But it's always gonna be Tank and Devin, right? So the goal for us as fans, right, is to get 2 out of 3 of these big 3 dudes in the ring with each other at some point, right? And my thing is Tank Davis and Gervonta Davis, it had a window, right? It still has a window, right? But it had a window where it could have happened next. So you know what I mean? Shakur and Tank, Devin and Shakur, it had a window, right, where it could have happened next. So Tank and Devin had a window where it could have happened next. Devin and Shakur had a window where it could have happened next. And it seems like with Devin and Tank, it just seemed like, it just seems like a lack of communication. With Shakur and Devin, it seems like a money issue, right? So, but my thing is, he said Pete Puda said no to the free fights, Rolling, Ryan, Shakur, Dale, and Cal. Yeah, them are facts, Yoda. Yo, I got 9 people in the building right now. Can I get all 9 of y'all to hit that thumbs up for your boy? Whether you're here for a good time or a long time, I got 9 people. I only got about 4 or 5 of y'all that's dropping in the comments. So can I get the other 4 or 5 of y'all to hit that thumbs up for your boy? You know what I mean? But so at this point, right, with the big 3, man, we got Devin that's about to be at 140. Now, Shakur can't seem to make a fight, right? We don't know who Tank Davis is going to fight. It's looking like Eastside Cruz. Let me go get my light. Yeah, again, we don't know who Tank Davis is going to fight, right? It's looking like it may be Eastside Cruz. So now call me crazy, right? It seems so simple to me, right? But we all know things that seem simple are never really that simple, right? It seems so simple to me, right? I just been thinking to myself, Devin is about to fight Regis Prograis, right? So us constantly putting Shakur versus Devin, us constantly putting Tank versus Devin right now, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense given that, he has a fight lined up. He's been at 135 his whole career. And he said that he'll be moving to 140 before the Loma fight and after the Loma fight, right? So it's looking like he's officially about to go up to 140. You got the WBA talking about making Tank the WBA champion after Devin Haney fights Regis Prograis, right? So if Gervonta Tank Davis is going to be lining up as the WBA champion, after Devin Haney leaves, right? And you got Shakur Stevenson, who's clearly in line to be the WBC champion, right? Because the WBC, Shakur is first in line. Shakur wants that fight. So now what they're doing is they're looking for an opponent in the WBC for Shakur, right? Can't seem to find an opponent right now. Now, Edwin De Los Santos is a name that's popping up next because he's right up next in there. So, and I'm pretty sure that Edwin De Los Santos probably won't turn down that fight. But right now, at the moment, Shakur Stevenson doesn't have a fight for that WBC title in which they're trying to give to him, right? Gervonta Tank Davis is next in line for that WBA title. So you got Gervonta, who's next in line for the WBA. You got Shakur, who's next in line for the WBC. Now, when Devin moves up the fight Regis program, he officially becomes a 140-pound fighter, right? You got both the WBA and the WBC, already saying that we pretty much know who our next champion is. WBC is Shakur Stevenson. The WBA is Gervonta Tank Davis, right? Now, my thing is, right now, Gervonta Tank Davis doesn't have a fight, and we don't want to see you fight Isaac Cruz. Shakur Stevenson doesn't have a fight, right? But he's on the same banner as Gervonta Tank Davis is in the PBC, right? So if the powers that be, if the PBC wanted, Edwin De Los Santos to maybe step aside for a bigger fight, right? Gervonta Tank Davis versus Shakur Stevenson. You know what I mean? Then I'm pretty sure you have no problem doing that. Kano, there you go, Kano. See, Kano, you think Kano? That's what I'm saying. See, Kano know where I'm going with this. Kano know where I'm going with this. See, Kano know exactly where I'm going with this. Now I just be thinking to myself over here, right? I don't know. Right? You know what I'm saying? I don't know shit, man. I ain't no matchmaker. You know what I mean? I ain't no manager. Kind of sort of I am. I ain't no promoter. You know what I mean? Kind of sort of I am. But I'm just saying, bro, like goddamn, like if the WBC, they clearly giving Shakur the rings, right? They clearly giving Shakur the rings in WBC. The WBA starting to make whispers that when Devin move up, we gonna make Tank the champ. So nobody wants to see you fight Pitbull, right? Shakur can't seem to get him a big time fight. Why not have Shakur Stevenson versus Gervonta Tank Davis for number one supremacy in the division? Both guys are about to have titles. Pretty much when Devin steps in that ring, both of those guys become champs. Jeff Spark, what's good, Jeff? I got you wrenched up now, Jeff. You can't be blocked no more, Jeff. Yo, y'all do your boy a favor. Y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy. 10 people in the building, 11 likes. I know more than 11 of y'all been through here because I just had 8 of y'all in here, and that was up to 10 of y'all. So that means that some of y'all came in. Y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy. So y'all feel me? The moment that Devin Haney fights Regis Prograis, he's at 140 officially. And that man is not coming back down. The only way he coming back down is if he fights Gervonta Tank Davis, right? And my thing is, if I'm Devin Haney, I wouldn't come back down at all because I let them take care of 135. I'm going to take care of 140, and then we're going to have champion versus champion. You know what I mean? But that's 140. I'm talking about 135. We looking for, and now I'm about to say something that y'all might not like, my Gervonta Tank Davis fans, right? Because I'm going somewhere, and I'm just getting warmed up. Right? I'm about to say something that y'all probably ain't going to like because I'm going somewhere with this, right? If one guy's about to become a champion in WBA, the other guy about to become a champion in WBC, right? And I remember a while back in December. Now, I don't know if Tank was capping. I don't know if Tank was just talking because people was putting that pressure on him. I don't know if Tank got caught up in the moment, right? But I do remember watching this interview, right? Brother Blue Blood happened to be up there too. Right? Some feel that Blue Blood is the one that got this anger out of Tank, who made Tank say the stuff that he said, right? But Blue Blood made a statement. He said, I think Devin Haney beat you. Gervonta Tank Davis said, I knocked out Shakur in sparring, and I knocked out Devin Haney. And then Blue Blood said, yeah, but they're sparring. And then Tank Davis said, after Ryan Garcia and after Hector Garcia, I'm fighting Devin Haney and I'm fighting Shakur Stevenson, right? Tank said I'm fighting Devin Haney and I'm Shakur Stevenson. Now I'm gonna give him a pass on Devin Haney right now because Devin Haney right now he ain't waiting on nobody. Devin Haney has a plan for greatness. He has a plan. He see a path to greatness, and Devin Haney is on his path to greatness. If you want to fight, you want to jump in, cool. I'll throw you a contract. You go take it or you're not. Boom. But Devin Haney is on the path to greatness. He's trying to get his second division in Regis Progress. So I'm gonna give Gervonta Tank Davis a pass for Devin Haney right now because Devin Haney right now has other plans, right? He has other plans right now. But Shakur has no plans, right? Gervonta Tank Davis has no plans. Gervonta Tank Davis said, I'm going to fight Haney and I'm going to fight Shakur Stevenson, right? Now, I didn't forget this. He was up there right next. He was up there right next to Brother Blue Blood when he said it. I heard him when he said it. You know what I mean? He said, I want to fight those guys next. Now it's a perfect opportunity. You could get a WBC strap. And again, Gervonta Tank Davis fans, y'all might not like this. Y'all might not like this, right? You could fight Shakur right now for a real belt. The WBC is about to give Shakur Stevenson a real strap. A real strap. You know what I mean? So if you don't like straps, I know you like money. Shakur will be the highest profile fighter that you fought. Well, second highest profile fighter, right? Ryan Garcia is high profile. Not nearly as good as Shakur Stevenson, but profile is probably higher, right? High profile or higher profile than Shakur Stevenson, right? Shakur Stevenson will be the most talented fighter that you fought, and he will be the second highest profile fighter that you fought, right? Also, it will be for a strap. Ryan Garcia was not for a strap. Shakur Stevenson basically is walking around here with the WBC championship at 130. As soon as Devin Haney steps foot in that ring and that bell goes ding, Shakur Stevenson is the WBC champ at 135. He is the champ at 135, right? So if I'm Gervonta Tank Davis and I say that I want to fight Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney, well, Devin Haney beats it right now, cool. So I give you a pass. But Shakur Stevenson, you're still in my division. Now, again, Tank Davis fans, y'all not going to like this. So get these videos ready. Get these defense videos ready. Y'all not going to like this, right? But I just watched Gervonta Tank Davis sit down at 135 with Devin Haney for about 6 or 7 years, right? I seen him move up to different divisions. I seen him move down, right? Devin Haney always been right there. But for the most part, they both predominantly been at 135. And Gervonta Tank Davis never fought Devin Haney. Shakur Stevenson is now at 135, right? There is no way that Gervonta Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson could be in the same division and those two never bump heads, right? There is no way that those two could be in the same division, right? And those two never bump heads. You know what I mean? It just can't happen. And I'm feeling like right now, it's a perfect opportunity for them both. And it all makes sense. It all would make sense. It will be for a strap. It will be for two straps, basically, right? Because the WBA, they already said Tank is going to be their next champion, right? So it will be for two straps at this point, man. I just be sitting here, thinking to myself again, bro. I'm not the guru. I'm not Eddie Hearn. I'm not fucking Al Heyman, right? But I ain't no dumbass either, right? And I do remember Gervonta Tank Davis saying that he wanted to fight Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney next. Devin Haney is at 140, so pretty much he's out the picture right now. He's out the picture right now. But you got Shakur Stevenson. You got people ducking Shakur Stevenson. He can't get a fight. Gervonta Tank Davis been quiet as hell since he's been out of jail. We've been waiting for Tank to get out of jail, and he's been extra quiet. You know what I mean? And I ain't telling him to get out of jail and be rah-rah and all that good shit, right? But, you know what I mean? I do think as fans, we should know what direction they're going. Now, we hearing this Esau Cruz rumblings and shit, right? And I think they keeping that on the low because, they know it's probably going to be a negative backlash on that. You know what I mean? But that's not the fight that the people want. You know what I mean? And it's time for Shakur and it's time for Devin. It's time for Shakur right? And it's time for Gervonta Tank Davis with them being the top two guys at 135, right? It's time for them to get it on. You know what I mean? And there just ain't no way around it. It's free space for it. Now, Gervonta Tank Davis said, bro, after the two Garcias, he was going to fight Shakur or Devin Haney. And I don't feel like enough. He said they all been quiet since Tank been out. Now, I mean, we know what Devin about to do. We know what Devin about to do, right? Boom. Shakur is searching for a fight. So we know what they've been doing. We have no clue what Gervonta Tank Davis is about to do. We are assuming that his Cruz, what's going on right now is that they planting the seeds for the Eastside Cruz fight. And they trying to see how people react to it, how people take to it, right? So what I need us to do is I need us to let them understand and know that we're not trying to see the Eastside Cruz bullshit. You know what I mean? We're not trying to see it. You know what I mean? We're not trying to see. He said, fact that they had to fight, but one been calling. But what you say? Shout out my guy BNB Boxing News. What's good, BNB? Appreciate you sliding through. He said facts. They have to fight, but no one been calling for Shakur versus Tank. Exactly. And my thing is at this point, he said, yo, I'm shit, piece shit cool. He said, hey, and my and, and my point with this EP is right. What better time than right now? You know what I mean? What better time than right now? Yo, I got 10 people in the building. I got 11 likes. I know more than 11 of y'all been through here. You know what I mean? It was just 7 of y'all in here. Y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy. Let YouTube know that we live. Let YouTube know that we talking this good boxing. And this ain't no hate EP or nothing like that. I really just broke it down, right? I'm finna break it down for the people who just came in the building because I know it's a few people who just got in here, right? So it's understood that the WBC is about to make Shakur Stevenson their champion. Actually, the WBC has already made Shakur Stevenson champion in has already made Devin Haney champion in recess, meaning that Shakur Stevenson is basically the champ right now, right? The WBA is hitting out that Gervonta Tank Davis is going to be their next champion in line because Devin Haney is going up to 140. Devin Haney is going up to 140. He's not coming back down. The only way he will come back down is for Gervonta, you know what I mean, Tank Davis fight. And that fight don't need no belts to sell, you know what I mean? That fight don't need no straps involved. So he can do that at any important time, right? But when Devin Haney goes to 140, he's at 140. WBC is taking that strap. And the WBO said last week, late last week, that their next champ is going to be Gervonta Tank Davis, right? So you got Gervonta Tank Davis being the placeholder for the WBA. You got Shakur Stevenson being the placeholder for the WBC. Shakur Stevenson can't get a fight. If he end up fighting De La Cruz, cool. You know, I said De La Cruz. If he end up fighting De Los Santos, cool. I feel like that name checks the box. I feel like Jermaine Ortiz's name checked the box, right? But what's better than that? Right, Gervonta Tank Davis right now, he don't have a fight. He may or may not be fighting Pitbull Cruz, right? But he don't have a fight set in stone right now. Shakur Stevenson don't have a fight set in stone right now. They both are champions. They both are championship placeholders to Devin Haney's strap. He's about to go to 140 officially. So my thing is, why as boxing fans, right? Why as boxing fans, why are we buying into the media hype? Why are we buying into the funk? Why are we buying into Devin versus Shakur when we know it can't happen, right? Why are we buying into things like that when we know right now that that's not on the table, right? We should talk about stuff that is on the table. Shakur and Frank Martin just fell through. Now, I'm not sure exactly if that thing is over with or whatnot, but I do know this. When it's quiet, that means they negotiate. And when they start yapping back and forth at each other, Shakur and Frank, that means negotiations probably are over. Because if you negotiate, you're not going to be yapping back and forth. That normally happens when negotiations fall through, right? Example, Canelo and Caleb Plant. Remember, they was about to fight. It got real quiet. They shit fell through. You got the yap. That was the first time. The second time, Caleb Plant was about to fight. It fell through. They got the yap, right? When fights are happening, fighters aren't going to be yapping at each other. They're going to be training. They're going to be getting themselves right, right? When they're going back and forth, they probably do mean that the fight is at a stop, right? So it's looking like Frank Martin and Shakur Stevenson is done, right? I thought we had that jump by the skin of our goddamn teeth. Y'all got 12 likes. Y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy. We had that fight by the skin of our goddamn teeth, right? But it's looking like that fight going right now. So Shakur Stevenson is basically opponentless, right? And it's looking like Edward De Los Santos will probably be next up, but we do have a better option now. We got two fighters at 135 who basically are champions in recess, right? Tank and Shakur, right? Tank said he wanted to fight them folks next. What everybody was telling me is that Floyd Mayweather, right? And again, Gervonta Tank Davis fans, y'all not gonna like this, man. Y'all not gonna like this a little bit, but understand this is not a hate stream. I'm just calling it how I see it, just telling you how it is, right? Gervonta Tank Davis said he was open to fight Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney. Devin Haney at 140. Shakur Stevenson still down there, right? So my thing is, people was telling me that Floyd Mayweather was the reason that Gervonta Tank Davis wasn't making these fights. Floyd was holding him back. Gervonta Tank Davis want to fight these people. It's Floyd Mayweather that's holding his career back, right? So Gervonta Tank Davis, people also was telling me that Gervonta Tank Davis now makes his own fights, right? That's what they was telling me. Now I'm trying to see these people go stand on their own word. I'm trying to see these people go be consistent with what they say, or they just go find new ways to protect their favorite fighters. In this case, I'm talking about Gervonta Tank Davis, who don't need no protection because he probably knocked everybody out, right? But I digress. Now, I remember people telling me that Gervonta Tank Davis now makes his own fights. As soon as Gervonta Tank Davis started making his own fights, he fought Ryan Garcia. He fought Hector Garcia. He fought Hector Garcia, right? So my thing is, if he controlling his own fight, if he picked Ryan, if he picked Hector, and I say those are two damn good fights to start off with, because those were two damn good fights to start off with, right? Ryan Garcia makes absolute sense. Hector Garcia is a tough fighter, you know what I mean? Champion at 130, just beat Chris Colbert, you know what I mean? I get it, right? So if you're picking your own fights now, that means if you fight Eastside Cruz for a second time, that means that you pick Eastside Cruz, Gervonta Tank Davis, right? People was telling me Gervonta picking his own fights, right? He's going to fight the best of the best. And maybe y'all go tell me that, it's Ellaby and them, but that's not what y'all was telling me beforehand. What y'all was telling me was that Floyd and Ellaby was the reason that he wasn't fighting the top guys. And now that he picking his own fights, if he don't fight the top fighters, then y'all go hold him to, a standard, right? So my thing is, it's an open opportunity right now to make one of the biggest fights in boxing. Tank Davis versus Shakur Stevenson. Now, first on the list is Tank and Devin for me, right? But second on the list is Tank and Shakur on their list. And third on their list is Devin versus Shakur, right? So we got a chance to get one of the biggest fights in boxing right now between Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Tank Davis. If Gervonta Tank Davis is making his own fights, like everybody was saying, like everybody been saying, before the Ryan Garcia, Hector Garcia, right? Gervonta Tank Davis himself, said that, now he can make the big fights. So that means if you choosing to fight Eastside Cruz, you choosing to fight Eastside Cruz because you want to, you know what I mean? Especially when it's space and opportunity right now for Shakur Stevenson to fight, because Shakur Stevenson don't have a fight. And guess what? Shakur Stevenson is already the champion, right? Devin Haney is champion in recess. Champion in recess means that you never lost your belt, but the regular championship belt is already been bestowed upon Shakur Stevenson, right? Devin is champion in recess, like Manny Pacquiao was champion in recess when Yordenis Ugas had the WBA belt, right? Some people feel like Yordenis Ugas didn't really become champion until he beat Manny Pacquiao, and I'm glad that he got that Manny Pacquiao fight and he beat Manny Pacquiao and solidified himself as a real champion, right? But Manny Pacquiao was champion in recess versus Yordenis Ugas, right? So that means that Manny Pacquiao wasn't considered the champion. Yordenis Ugas was the champion on that night. Shakur Stevenson is already considered, right? And I'm saying he's a placeholder, and I really got to go back. I got to take a step back on that, because Shakur Stevenson is not no goddamn placeholder. The moment they made Devin Haney champion in recess, Shakur Stevenson became the WBC champion. What Shakur Stevenson is doing right now is he's looking for a formidable opponent to secure his WBA championship. So people won't call it email belt and all that bullshit that y'all did, Devin Haney, right? But ain't nobody gonna call Shakur Stevenson an email belt, right? Because that'd be too consistent with what y'all was doing at first, so we know that y'all ain't consistent, right? So I need to take a step back because once they made Devin champion recess, Shakur Stevenson became the WBC champ. So my thing is Gervonta Tank Davis. I'm finna get off. I'm finna get off this Shakur Stevenson train. I'm finna get off this Devin Haney train, right? Because Devin Haney has already became undisputed, right? He's reached a plateau that neither of those guys reach it, right? So I'm damn sure not about to put the pressure on him. I'm about to take this pressure off Shakur Stevenson right now because Shakur Stevenson, you know, he is trying to make a fight with the best. He reached out at Isaac Cruz. He reached out at Lomachenko. He reached out at Williams Zepeda. Him and Devin couldn't quite come to an agreement. Him and Frank Martin couldn't quite come to an agreement, right? So he is out here trying to make, you know what I mean, fights happen. And he may end up fighting De Los Santos, right? But I think at this point, we don't necessarily have to get Shakur versus De Los Santos. You know why? Because I'm about to stop putting that pressure on Devin. I'm about to stop putting that pressure on Shakur, and I'm about to start putting that pressure exactly where it belonged to. We didn't get so caught up and we didn't get so lost in what's really going on, right? We didn't get so caught up and we didn't lost sight of what's really going on. You know what I mean? Devin is about to fight Regis at 140. Tank Davis said he go fight Shakur and Devin Haney. Devin Haney is out of that division. Shakur Stevens is sitting right there in that division with the WBC strap. My guy Tank Davis just said, I want to fight Shakur Stevenson. So my thing is, why ain't Tank Davis making beelines for Shakur Stevenson? Why ain't he headed directly to Newark, New Jersey? He called Shakur Stevenson one of the fakest people in boxing, right? So go handle that. You called him fake because he crossed you out. He did some unreal shit to you, right? Just like Devin Haney feel like he doing a bunch of unreal shit, right? So if you feel that way, Gervonta Tank Davis, you already went publicly and told everybody you knocked him out in sparring, right? So if you knocked him out in sparring, he got a strap right now. He'll be your second highest profile fight. Both of y'all at 135. You ain't got no fight. He looking for a fight. You got the whole world calling him the boogeyman of 135. Ain't you at 135? So you mean to tell me that you scared of him too? Didn't you say you want to fight him, Gervonta Tank Davis? Did you have a change of heart? You know what I mean? I think we got the perfect time. You know what I mean? To get one of these three king fights at 135. Shakur Stevenson has a clean slate, no fight. Gervonta Tank Davis has a clean slate, no fight. And he been really quiet. And my thing is, if he come out, right? If he come out of here, right, and he say that he fighting Eastside Cruz, how many people is going to have a problem with that? Are we go even pretend that he could have fought Shakur Stevenson, right? And I know that Shakur Stevenson ain't calling his name either, right? But Gervonta Tank Davis already came out and he called Shakur Stevenson name. So I need Gervonta Tank Davis to be consistent in what he said. I need his words to match his actions because everybody is telling me now. And I told y'all my Gervonta Tank Davis people, y'all ain't gonna like this one. Y'all, I told my Gervonta Tank Davis people, y'all ain't gonna like this one. You know what I mean? But Gervonta Tank Davis got to fight Shakur Stevenson, bro. That's what he said. He said, after I fight Garcia and Garcia, after I fight the R&B group, right? He said, after I fight the R&B group, I'm going to fight Shakur Stevenson or I'm going to fight Devin Haney. And again, I'm giving him a pass on Devin Haney because Devin Haney is going to 140. Right? I'm giving him a pass. I'm giving him a pass on Devin Haney because Devin Haney is going to 140. Right? But I feel like it's space and opportunity right now for Tank to just do what he said he was going to do. Right? Teddy said, could the reason Tank and his team haven't kept saying Shakur name is because Bob shot the fight down. But if you're Gervonta Tank Davis, right? If you're Gervonta Tank Davis, right, you're A-side in that fight. So more than likely, you right though, TD. Bob Arum did say that that's not a fight that we can make because guys are going to won't have purses that they don't deserve, right? But when you got a joint promotional, you know what I mean, fight, it becomes less of a thing. You know what? It becomes less. You split the financial burden in half, right? So Bob Arum only have to put up his money for Shakur, and PBC go put up the money for Gervonta Tank Davis. That's really what you say if you Bob Arum, right? When you really don't want to fight, right? That's really what you say when you really don't want to fight to happen. What's good, Ghost? Appreciate you sliding through this thing. He said, AT tell Shakur everyone run the fade for free. He a real fighter. Don't watch him being 23. He that. Shout out my guy Ghost. Yep. And you know what I was saying? Because I was like, Edwin De Los Santos is probably going to be the next fighter in line, right? If we going by the WBC rankings. But what I'm doing, Ghost, right? I'm just holding Tank Fire, you know what I mean, to the feet because right Ghost. I remember everybody telling me that, you know, Gervonta Tank Davis make his own fights now, right? So we'll be able to get better fights out of him. Gervonta Tank Davis make his own fights. So you see his first fight, he made Ryan Garcia, Hector Garcia. He made good fights. Now I remember Tank told Blue Blood straight to his face that I remember Blue Blood, you know, telling I remember when Blue Blood was on the panel, I remember him telling Blue Blood, right, you know what I mean, that he knocked out Gervonta Tank Davis and Devin Haney. He knocked out Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney in Spawn, and that he will fight them next, right? What I'm saying is it's nothing but space and opportunity. Tank Davis is the A side in this TD, right? So with him being the A side, his side will put the fight on. Yeah, he's A side, but the same way Mayweather dictates for Tank, Bob does the same for Shakur, right? But the financial thing, right? Bob shot the fight down because he said it wouldn't make money. If Shakur Stevenson is the A side, right? If Gervonta Tank Davis is the A side, right? That'll be a PBC burden fight. That fight, PBC is not letting Gervonta Tank Davis go fight on ESPN. Shakur Stevenson being the A side will have to step out on his own, right? Bob Arum will let Shakur Stevenson step out on his own because Shakur Stevenson was about to step out on his own and go to the zone and fight Devin Haney. You know what I mean? But that's just one example. But he would have to step out, you know what I'm saying, on his own and go fight, just like Tyson Fury did, right? They had the first fight on Showtime, second fight on ESPN, right? But they will come to an agreement to have their fight on one of those networks. And I'm guessing it will be on that PBC network, right, with Tank because it's a pay-per-view fight. So it'll be a PBC thing. I'm guessing that's normally how it works, right? Fight of that magnitude. Because Al Heyman is not letting Tank Davis go over to ESPN. It's not A side. The A side, right, not letting him go over to the B side to put the fight on because Tank Davis is the A side. Tank Davis will be bringing in the bread for that fight. He said Bob shot down Devin fight 2. Don't know what his plan is for Shakur. Not making sense to me though. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Okay, let me get my charger. He said it's time to let Shakur off the leash. Bro, and exactly right. It's time for Shakur to get that big fight. That's what I've been saying, right? And it's time for Gervonta Tank Davis to do what he said, bro. It's time for him to stand on his own word. It's time for him to step out his box. It's Shakur need that big fight, and Gervonta Tank Davis need to fight one of these guys that he said he was going to fight. You know what I mean? Shakur has the WBC strap right now. Devin Haney is champion in recent. Meaning that Shakur Stevenson is the real champ right now. And my Gervonta Tank Davis people, I know this. Y'all really ain't gonna like this one. Y'all ain't gonna like this one though, but bro, everybody was telling me that he make his own fights now, right? That he make his own fights now. That's what everybody was telling me. He not with for he not with TMT no more. You don't see TMT on his on fight banners. You don't see TMT. You don't see TMT on his fight promotions. You see Gervonta Tank Davis. He not signed to Floyd Mayweather no more, bro. They man is making his own fight. Just like he made that Ryan Garcia and Hector Garcia fight. My thing is, bro, it's just like people too inconsistent for me, bro. When Tank Davis got free from Floyd, he made that Ryan Garcia fight. All I was hearing was Tank is on block. Tank is on block. Yeah. I'm making me a mimosa. Hold on for a second. Get my water bottle. Yeah. All people keep telling me, he said, but I can't hold Tank full accountable because Shakur saying everyone name except Tank. And I think that's because Bob told him it won't happen. And on NOT, I think it's because Tank is quiet. We don't know for sure what's next. If he fight Cruz, then yeah, they don't ball shit cap and people should be on him. If he fight now if he fight Eastside Cruz, that means he chose to fight Eastside Cruz. You know what I mean? And we also know Bob said that Bob did shut down that Gervonta Tank Davis fight, right? But if Shakur want that fight, Shakur can push for that fight. You know what I mean? Shakur, if Bob is the one doing it, I'm not finna give him the excuse for that. I'm not finna give him that excuse. You know what I mean? I need for him to speak on it. He never said it. It never came out his mouth. You know what I mean? Never came out his mouth. So what y'all telling me is that y'all okay with both of them being there 135. You know what I mean? Yeah, I notice how the only nigga that we put pressure on is Devin Haney. And he's actually the only nigga who doing something. Right? We just gonna blame Bob. So Shakur and Devin gonna be able to sit at 35. That's why they never gonna fight. That's why they never gonna fight. Because it's an alley, because they know they don't have to. They know they don't have to. Tank could slap niggas' mama. Tank could slap niggas' mama, right? Tank literally said, I'm gonna fight Devin Shakur next. And now Tank being the A side, right? Tank being the A side, don't even gotta do shit that he said he would do, right? We saying that they can't fight, but Tank literally said, I'm gonna fight Devin Shakur next. So Tank was capping. So Tank was capping when he said it. Now he wasn't capping. He said that because he know that he could make that fight happen. He could make that fight happen. He know that much. And if Shakur Stevenson want to fight, right? Bob can't tell Shakur he can't go get that fight. If they offer, if the A side, PBC, send Shakur Stevenson an offer for the fight, Shakur Stevenson can take that fight. You know what I mean? Bob can't keep Shakur Stevenson because people think that what this has supposed to be, right? Bob is supposed to work for Shakur, right? Now, the way that Bob got it set up, them fighters do work for him, right? But at the PBC, Al Heyman worked for the fighters. Bob can't tell Shakur if it's a contract set up, right, that he can't fight Gervonta Tank Davis. Right? But if neither of them want to fight one another, it's going to be crickets like it is now. It's going to be crickets like it is now. Y'all want to? We want to sit here and talk about. We want to sit here and talk about Devin and Shakur when Devin they won't fight him. Right? In the future, what time is better for Shakur and Tank to fight than right now? Neither of them have a fight. Shakur is the WBC champ. Gervonta Tank Davis is next up in the WBA. I'm not using Bob to get Tank a pass. I don't care that much. I'm just trying to have a realistic point of view. I know Bob doesn't want that fight. Can it even happen? Yes, bro, it can happen. Gervonta Tank Davis could fight. Gervonta Tank Davis could fight who he want to fight, bro. PBC and ESPN make fights together all the time. They make fights together all the time. You know what I mean? All the time, bro. All the time, bro. All the time, bro. Then Cool Boy, watch this. Hold on. Let me sip my tea for a second. Hold on. Then Cool Boy anyway just fight one another. So it only worked for Cool Boy anyway. Right? You saw how fast they came to a deal? Bob couldn't say, Bob could have said, hey, I don't want them to, but Bob can't make them folks stop fighting nobody. Fights of that big of a magnitude, but you can't stop that shit if they want to fight one another. The fight is going to happen. My thing is, everybody's so cool with them two not putting no kind of pressure on one another. We would rather talk about a fantasy Devin Haney fight, right? Because that's what it is now at this point, because he going to 140 and he sent the offer didn't get accepted. You know what I mean? When two fighters want to fight, the fight is going to happen. Cool Boy anyway, PBC, ESPN Plus. That was this year. That was this year. That just happened. Because I think the man is something they don't like. Because if you're confident in Shakur, why don't you let him be taken, especially you still on the foot? My thing is, bro, it ain't even on Shakur. It's not on Shakur, right? It's not even on Shakur to make that happen. Tank is the A side, bro. Tank is the dude that make all his own fights, right? Tank is the cash cow. Tank is the dude that can say, man, I don't want them belts. I'll fight you when I get around to it. Tank is the dude say, keep them belts warm. You know what I mean? Tank is the dude that make shit happen. Tank is the dude that said, I want to fight Shakur and Devin. So why would he say that if he couldn't make it happen? Because he know he can make it happen. We trying to put it ain't Bob and Shakur side. We still talking about the wrong shit in here. It ain't Bob and Shakur that's gonna make this fight happen, bro. It's Gervonta that's gonna make this fight happen because he's the A side. B sides don't make fights happen. Deontay Wilder, Tyson Fury didn't make that. Tyson Fury didn't make that Deontay Wilder fight happen. Deontay Wilder made that fight happen. ESPN jumped on the train. B-sides don't make fights happen. A-side got to come with it. Tank Davis got to put it out there. If the money is right? My PBC got big money for Gervonta Tank Davis. They got big money for Gervonta Tank Davis fight. We not worried about that fight being paid for. You think Al Heyman worried about? You think Al Heyman worried about that fight being paid for? They know, man, Bob don't got nothing to worry about. The thing is, somebody, one of them, maybe both of them, But the initiator, right? The guy that said, I'm fighting Shakur next. The guy that said, I want to fight Shakur next, bro. He's the one. He the one that got to go make that shit happen, bro. He said it. We don't give a fuck what he said. Like, he just cool. Bro, the man been out of jail for a month. We was saying, wait till you get out of jail. Y'all want to talk about Tank when he in jail. Y'all talking about Tank while he in jail. Tank in jail. Tank in jail. You need to let him get out. You need to let him get out. You talking about him. He's in jail. Why you talking about him? He in jail. He's in jail. Y'all just can't stop talking about him in jail. Let him get out. Let him get out. Oh, the man has been out of jail for months. But what now? Now what the hell we gonna say? Now what the hell we gonna say? Just cool. You can fight Eastside. It's cool. You can fight Eastside Cruz for a second now. It's cool. You can fight. It's cool. You can fight Eastside Cruz for a second now. That man said he fight. That man said he fight Devin and Shakur. Am I the only one? Am I the only one that? Am I the only one that want to see that? Am I the only one that want to see that shit? Am I the only one that want to see Tank and Shakur? Am I the only person in the boxing world? Right? I need Tank and Shakur videos everywhere this morning, right? Now I do other videos and I don't ask y'all to follow my topic and y'all follow my topic, right? I need Tank and Shakur videos every fucking where. Now watch you have niggas going way left, way right, left, right, left because now I see it. But not for real, the only real shit, bro. We don't want to see Eastside Cruz too, bro. If y'all want something better than Eastside Cruz too, now is the time for you to be asking for it. Now is the time for you to be asking for it. Now is the time for us to be asking for something outside of Tank and Eastside Cruz, bro. We can't. And I never say boycott a fight because that's how them people make their money. I never say that. But bro, Tank and Eastside Cruz is not the move, bro. Just not the move. Both these guys. Tank is the WBA interim champ. Once Devin Haney fights at 140, he's officially at 140. Tank is going to become champ. WBC already made Shakur Stevenson WBC champ. When they made Devin Haney champ in recess, that's the day Shakur Stevenson became the real WBC champ. He's already the WBC champion. My thing is, Tank, bro, you don't have an opponent, right? If Shakur and his side don't want to fight, let them handle that out. Let us figure that out after you call them out, Javante. You know what I mean? I need Javante to be on this Shakur Stevenson heat path right now, bro. I need him to be at Bruh neck. He need to be at Shakur neck because that's what he said. Devin is at 140. You know what I mean? Shakur got a November date. You know what I mean? Tank Davis don't got a date at all. They both is up in the air. And it's on Javante Tank Davis to make that shit happen. It's on Javante Tank Davis to make it happen because he the ASAP. And he the one that said, I'm fighting Devin and I'm fighting Shakur. Now, I guess I may be the only person in the boxing. I may be the only person in the community who want to see this fight. Like, I like to see realistic fights. Realistically, neither one of them fighting Devin Haney right now because he about to fight Reach. Realistically. So if you out here entertaining Devin Haney and these niggas still, you ain't being realistic. You know what I mean? Realistically, it's two people at 135. Realistically, it's two people who about to become champion. Actually, Shakur Stevenson already WBC champ. Tank Davis about to become the WBA champ pretty goddamn soon. You know what I mean? Shakur Stevenson don't got to fight at all. Not a single fight. Tank Davis don't got to fight at all. Not a single fight. Tank Davis just beat Garcia and Garcia. Tank Davis said after Garcia and Garcia, I'm going to Shakur and Haney. Y'all said don't say nothing about Tank till you get out of jail. Okay, Tank out of jail. So my thing is why Tank ain't barked at Shakur Haney. Okay, he ain't barked at Haney because Haney leaving the division. He fighting Reach Prograde. Cool. I'm going to give you a pass on that because I keep it real, right? I'm logical. So I'm gonna give you a pass on that. He said he's a religion. I don't see that fight happening. Bob doesn't seem to want it. No, this time. Now that's different, Teddy. Now that's what you. Now that's the problem, right? And that's what I'm getting at right now. Tell you now you get because I'm not putting the pressure on us. I'm putting the pressure on them because it's seeming like y'all don't want the exactly. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? It seems like y'all don't want that smoke with one another. But it make perfect sense. Why not y'all just get it on right now? You know what I'm saying? Why everybody keep hollering about Devin Haney, right? The Frank Martin thing just fell through. So I know Shakur, he looking right now. My thing is this Javante Tank Davis got to be the one that come out and be like, all right, man, it's time, bro. It's time. I said I was gonna fight you or Devin. Devin gone. So what's up? You got a WBC strap now. He's asking for Tank to fight someone like Shakur. Devin is like asking Fury to fight fair. I'm dropping little bombs on Tank versus Yoda. We need it, bro. We need it, bro. We need it. Because like Tank, just said, I'm starting to feel like neither one of y'all. But I'm not, I ain't there yet. So I'm still at the point like, why y'all ain't doing what y'all said y'all was gonna do? Why don't Shakur got no verbal smoke for Tank? Why don't Tank got no verbal smoke for Shakur? What happened in that sparring session? Did both of you niggas get scratched? Did both of y'all get touched in the way that y'all don't want no smoke at all? Right? Is Devin just too big a name to where you can't deny Devin? So y'all like to say his name? Do y'all what's up with that? What's up with that? What's up with the Shakur and Tank Davis smoke? I need something to shake. And if it's Edwin De Los Santos, I perfectly understand that. Because he next in line. I get that. I absolutely get that. You know what I mean? DS was good, DS. He said Devin was a cloud chase. Got to attach yourself to the top dog. This top rank 1-on-1. What's good, DS? He said David versus Chris D is an awesome fight for real. DS, we need it. Like, we need it, bro. That need to be what we pushing for. Because we got a little space. We got a little space and a little opportunity for it right now. That need to be the jump we pushing for. Come on. I just got some Jermaine Ortiz news. Jermaine Ortiz, I'm not going in there to just fight Shakur for a check. Unsure about November 16th. Keep at it. Jermaine Ortiz wants to prove himself against Shakur Stevenson. The lightweight contender isn't certain, though, that the timing will be right for him to face Shakur Stevenson on November 16th. Jermaine Ortiz, not Jermaine Ortiz, too. So Jermaine Ortiz, Cruz, Williams and Pater. For sure. Them three. Damn, not Jermaine Ortiz, too. But let me finish, right? Let me finish. I digress. Quick. TWT. What's good? Jermaine Ortiz wants to prove himself against Shakur Stevenson. The lightweight contender isn't certain, though, that the timing will be right for him to face Shakur November 16th. Okay, so now I remember Jermaine Ortiz called out Shakur Stevenson. He said that he'll love that Shakur Stevenson fight. So now he got an opportunity. Y'all know I've been naming Jermaine Ortiz as one of the options for Shakur, right? De Los Santos, Jermaine Ortiz. Those two would check the boxes, right? Those would be the last two names they check the boxes outside of, Devin, Shakur, Frank Martin, you know what I mean? Fighters like that. I was talking about yesterday. I named him and Edwin De Los Santos, right? Those are fights we gonna end up with. Right now, I'm trying to get a bigger fight than those two, right? I've been mentioning Edwin De Los Santos in this conversation, right? I mentioned Jermaine Ortiz yesterday. Now I got some news about Jermaine Ortiz. Now I got some news about Jermaine Ortiz, right? That he may not even be taking that fight. So we could damn near eliminate Jermaine Ortiz completely now too, right? But I digress. Stevenson still needs an opponent for that date because another unbeaten southpaw, Frank Martin, ultimately decided that he didn't want to fight Shakur Stevenson that night, soon after their promoters reached an agreement September 5th. Ortiz, is scheduled to meet Mexican veteran Antonio Moran in a 10-round junior lightweight bout Friday night in Corpus Christi, Texas. So Jermaine Ortiz fight this Friday. If the favorite Ortiz wins, the nature of his victory over Moran will determine whether he would accept an offer to face Shakur Stevenson next for the WBC lightweight title. So they have officially given him the WBC lightweight title, like I was saying earlier. He said, I would like it to be pushed back a little bit. Ortiz said, I would like to have my little time to reset. I would like to take my time and maybe push it further back out towards the end of December or early January, says Ortiz. Unfortunately, Ortiz, Bob Arum's Top Rank, which promotes Stevenson and co-promotes Ortiz, has only 2 open dates available on ESPN's linear channel for the remainder of 2023. Top Rank has set aside November 16th for Stevenson's next fight. It's the second open day is December 9th, the night of the annual show following the network's Heisman Trophy presentation. Well aware of the opportunity to fight Stevenson would be huge, Ortiz isn't completely opposed to a quick turnaround. Well, I'll see how I feel, Ortiz said. If I get a quick KO, then yeah. But I got to take care of my health first, And if I have a tough fight and I'm all bruised up, I definitely need my time to recover. My main thing is to win against Shakur. I'm not just going in there for a check or whatever. I'm coming in to win. For me to win, I know I have to be in great mental space and physically be good. I'm not coming back off another injury or too quick of a turnaround. Negotiations are ongoing between Top Rank and representatives for Dominican Southpaw, Edwin De Los Santos, but Boxing Scene has confirmed that Top Rank is considering other opponents for Stevenson to return to the ring as well. So Edwin De Los Santos, ESPN did reach out to Edwin De Los Santos, but they say they also do want him to fight. They're also still keeping their options open to other people. I think Top Rank would rather have him fight Jermaine Ortiz, right? But if you have to fight Edwin De Los Santos, he really can't move around him because he ranked next in the WBC. But Ortiz is ranked right after De Los Santos in the WBC. So if Ortiz wants to fight, then Ortiz gonna get the fight because it's Top Rank to Top Rank. But if Ortiz don't want to fight, then they can't deny Edwin De Los Santos his fight because he will be next in line. He withdrew the day before they were scheduled to weigh in because Ortiz couldn't get down to the contracted weight of 136. Ortiz told Boxing Scene that a back injury mostly prohibited him from making weight 3 months ago. The contract weight for Moran is 138, but Ortiz is confident that if he can still get down to the lightweight limit of 135 for a fight with Stevenson or another top lightweight. Ortiz hasn't boxed since he gave 3 division Vasil Lomachenko a more than difficult fight in their anticipated 12 round last October 29th. In his previous appearance, Ortiz outboxed former junior lightweight champion Jamil Herring and won their 10th rounder by unanimous decision. ESPN Plus will stream Ortiz's fight versus Moran as part of the Luis Alberto Lopez and Joet Gonzalez undercard at the American Bank Center. Lopez Gonzalez undercard coverage is scheduled to start at 6 p.m. Eastern Time Friday. So that's 2 days from now. You know what I mean? But I just wanted to read this. So it's looking like Jermaine Ortiz basically said, right, he would rather have the date get pushed back because that'll be a quick turnaround. But if he don't take a whole lot of damage, he'll be open to a fight in Shakur. So I can't say he ducked Shakur. So I won't say he ducked Shakur. Tay D says Shakur keep talking about proving something to everybody. I don't know why though. Frank was going to allow him to do that to prove the world wrong. Like Bud, he should be calling for Tank. Shout out my guy Jason. Appreciate you sliding through this thing. Jason, my guy Jason said Tank don't have to do nothing. He can sit back and watch everyone work hard. He said, hold on, we gonna touch on that, Jason. He said, I can respect that from Ortiz. He been wanting Shakur smoke. He just wants to prepare properly. Yeah, I can't call him a duck. I can't say he ducked him yet. What's good, quick? Y'all subscribe to Yoda Wise. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Yoda Wise YouTube. My brother do great work over there. Yeah, Edwin De Los Santos for sure want all this smoke. You know what I mean? I kind of think Bob Arum would rather have him fight Jermaine Ortiz, right? But if it's coming down to one of them, I'd rather see him fight Edwin De Los Santos. You know what I mean? But Jason, to hit on what you said a little bit, right? To hit on what you said a little bit, right? And that's really where I'm at. Right? That's really where I'm at with it, right? Like I remember everybody saying that, now that Gervonta Tank Davis making his own fights, we gonna get all these fights that we want to see. I remember everybody saying that, oh yeah, you see Gervonta made that Ryan Garcia fight, he's his own boss. Floyd was holding him back, right? And I also remember Gervonta Tank Davis saying that after he fight Garcia and Garcia hit that Ryan Garcia, that he was going to fight Shakur or he was going to fight Devin Haney, right? Now I'm a logical guy, so I'm gonna give him a pass for Devin Haney because Devin Haney got other plans. Nobody can stop Devin Haney plans right now. He about to fight Regis Prograis for a belt at 140, right? So I get that. He trying to add to his legacy. So he's at 140. He's officially at 140. Of course, Stevenson is now the WBC 135-pound champ. So my thing is, if I'm Gervonta Tank Davis, and I already stated that I'm interested in fighting Shakur Stevenson or Devin Haney, right? Shakur Stevenson just got him a strap. Why am I not jumping all over the opportunity to go and fight Shakur Stevenson? He has an open date, right? He probably go fight De Los Santos in a fight like that, right? Well, you can say, well, Bob ain't gonna let that fight happen. Tank Davis is the A side. Tank Davis not going over to ESPN. You know what I mean? That's gonna be a PBC top. That's gonna be a PBC top ranked conjunction, which is probably going to be led by the PBC because that's going to be a pay-per-view fight. And we all know that ESPN Plus, even though they have been more open to it lately, right? But ESPN Plus don't do pay-per-views, and we know Tank Davis is not fighting on regular TV. So there will be a side Gervonta Tank Davis fight. So there will be a PBC fight. You know what I mean? So my thing is, why haven't the PBC Gervonta Tank Davis and them, hit out to Shakur about, negotiating or possibly making something happen? You know what I mean? I feel like that's the best fight at 135 we could get right now. Devin Haney isn't at 135. I know everybody want to fight Devin Haney now, all of a sudden, right? But Devin Haney had this plan to move up to 135 for a couple fights now, right? Devin Haney probably wouldn't have been at 135 for these last 3 fights if he didn't sign that 3-fight deal to fight Kambosos twice and Lomachenko at the end. You know what I mean? I felt like that whole 3-fight deal and stretching out that Lomachenko fight was a way to try to drain Devin Haney out anyway. They thought maybe that they may be able to get him on the back end of that with Lomachenko, and they really they almost did. Lomachenko made that fight extremely close, split decision win for Devin Haney, right? So the plan almost worked, but I'm glad. I never want to see Devin Haney fight at 135 again. I never ever want to see him fight at 135 again because his last couple fights, he ain't looked real healthy at that weight. You know what I mean? So Devin Haney's out the picture right now. He's at 140. Shakur Stevenson has that strap. My thing is, bro, at this point, I just want to see the best fight the best. I don't have necessarily a horse in this race. I want to see the best fight the best. So I got 12 people in this room. I got 22 likes. I need everybody in here that ain't hit that thumbs up to hit that thumbs up for your boy. I know it's bright and early. I know it's other people live. I know some of y'all going to work. Some of y'all passing through, making me do what you do. Help your boy get right. If it's your first time, don't make it your last time. We talk this good boxing and sports every single day, not just today. We gonna be talking boxing and sports later on too. You know what I mean? But y'all help get your boy right. Hit that thumbs up for your boy. All I'm saying is, man, we keep talking about these fantasy fights, Devin Haney and Shakur and Devin Haney and Tank right now. They not even in the same division. Right now, I feel like more logically, man, Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis is a fight that we need to be searching after, right? One, because Gervonta Tank Davis said it out his own mouth. After I fight Ryan and after I fight Hector, I want to fight Haney and I want to fight Shakur. My thing is, Shakur don't have nothing on the table right now, and he just became the new champion. Now I know Tank don't too much care about belts, but the fact that he has one makes that fight more intriguing, at least to the casual, at least to the hardcore fans, right? Straps always make fights better. Now some of y'all may not care about straps, like y'all favorite fighter Gervonta Tank Davis, right? But most fans, we do care about straps. We do care about title fights. We do care about championship fights. You know what I mean? So that's what we wake up for. That's what we get up for. That make fights more important. I never heard Sugar Ray Leonard say I don't care about straps. Never heard Sugar Ray Robinson say I don't care about straps. Never heard Muhammad Ali say I don't care about straps. I never heard none of those guys say it. Never heard the Greats. Never heard Joe Frazier. Never heard the fighters that I grew up watching say they never cared about straps. This new I don't care about straps shit is something new. Now I know that them sanctioning fees is what they don't care about, and I get it. But that's when you keep the belt. Floyd Mayweather will win all the fucking straps. He just wouldn't keep them. He wouldn't pay for them. He would win the belts, let the fighter keep that belt because I'm not paying for those sanctioning fees. You know what I mean? That's what you do. That's how you beat the system. You win them and you say, fuck it, I don't want them. Y'all can have them. I did what I did. I'm moving up. I'm moving on. You know what I mean? Cop, what's good, Cop? Shout out my guy, Copper out the region. Shout out my guy, No Evidence. What's good? Shout out do your boy a favor, man. I got 16 people in the building, man. I know all y'all ain't hit that thumbs up because I just had 22. I got 23 now, but I know about like 4 or 5 of y'all just came in. Can I get all of y'all, man, to hit that thumbs up for your boy? Let YouTube know that we live. Let YouTube know that we talking this good boxing, talking this good sports. Queen, what's good, Quick? Appreciate you sliding through. Y'all hit that thumbs up. Let me put up some of y'all comments, man. Let me drop. I see had a big one for me. Had a nice paragraph for me. Where that thing get? Where they said Tank get a pass from everyone as long as he beats someone we don't know. He said Tank ain't going after Loma or Shakur. He the money man, right? Shout out my guy Jason. He said Shakur is fighting Edwin in November. That fight not set in stone, no evidence. I don't know if you just came in, but let me read it. Let me read it back to you. My guy. That fight is not set in stone just yet. They still looking for other options. They reached out to Edwin De Los Santos, but that fight ain't set in stone yet. Let me get you right. My brother. Shout out my brother, No Evidence. Let me get you right. Okay, where we at? Negotiations are ongoing between Top Rank and representatives for Dominican Southpaw, Edwin De Los Santos, but Boxing Scene has confirmed that Top Rank is considering other opponents for Stevenson's return to the ring as well, right? So they're considering other opponents. So Edwin De Los Santos is not set in stone, right? And that'll be a damn good fight. That'll be an intriguing fight as far as inside of the ring, right? I do. And they consider the other fights. What Top Rank want to do is they want to get his fight to Jermaine Ortiz, which is what I said a while back. Jermaine Ortiz more than likely will be the one next up because it's top rank, right? Edwin De Los Santos will be next up if Jermaine Ortiz says no or he want to push this fight back. But I'm guaranteeing you, right, they want to more so keep it in-house than let him fight Edwin De Los Santos. Edwin De Los Santos is a great fight. We will get a great fight out of it. But what I'm trying to do, No Evidence is, right, I'm trying to go past Edwin De Los Santos or Jermaine Ortiz, right? I've been telling y'all that it's probably going to be one of them, right? But I want to go better than that. Edwin De Los Santos and Jermaine Ortiz, they check the boxes, right? But on the list of the people we want to see, Shakur fight, that will be the last two options, right? That will be the last two options, right? Tank, Devin, and then you got Frank, right? And then you got Jermaine Ortiz. And then you got Jermaine Ortiz and Edwin De Los Santos move. And then you got Jermaine Ortiz and Edwin De Los Santos, right? You know what I mean? Good fights, right? But at this point, man, Gervonta Tank Davis don't got to fight, man. Shakur Stevenson don't got to fight. Tank already said that he open to fighting Shakur Stevenson, right? So my thing is, if Shakur Stevenson is looking for a fight, he just officially became champion, right? He just officially became champion. You know what I mean? Bro, what better timing? What better timing? It'd be for all the marbles. It'd be for a marble, right? It'd be for that WBC. You know what I mean? Make it happen. Make it happen, Captain. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's now, right? It's either gonna be now or it's gonna be 2-3 years from now, right? But it's an opportunity for them to do it right now. You know what I mean? It's an opportunity for them to get it right now. And Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Tank Davis, I know, right? They don't fear one another, right? Tank Davis, I already said, right? And really, I'm putting the pressure on Tank. I'm not even putting the pressure on Shakur. I'm taking the pressure off Shakur and Devin right now because Devin at 140, right? So he really out the picture. Shakur been trying to get a fight, right? It's been hard for him to make a fight. He's trying to get a fight. When you on your fourth and fifth opponent, then you know what I'm saying, you got to make what you got to make. So I get De Los Santos and Jermaine. I think De Los Santos is a harder fight than Jermaine, right? If I had to pick between those two, I would rather see De Los Santos, right? But both those guys check the boxes. You know what I mean? So I get that. But Gervonta Tank Davis makes his own fights. You know what I mean? He's his own boss. At least that's what everybody was telling me, right? Gervonta Tank Davis himself told me. Didn't nobody even have to tell me this part, right? Gervonta Tank Davis himself told me after I fight Ryan and after I fight Hector, I'm fighting Shakur or I'm fighting Devin. Now I'm giving him a pass for Devin Haney because Devin Haney is at the 140-pound division. You know what I mean? So I'm not even gonna knock him for that. I'm not even gonna hold him for that because I'm an extremely logical guy, right? But Shakur is looking for a fight. Shakur is the newly crowned WBC champion, my guy. Shakur is the newly crowned WBC champion, my guy. Both of y'all fight at 135. You know what I mean? Okay, cool. We could watch the Edwin De Los Santos fight. We could watch the Jermaine Ortiz fight, right? But if you're asking us what we want, it's Frank, Tank, Devin. You know what I mean? Right? Well, we would accept Jermaine Ortiz, Edwin De Los Santos. You know what I mean? Cop, right now, Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson is a 50-50 fight with Gervonta Tank Davis at 135. That's about the only 50-50 fight with him at 135. If he going up to 140, then he got a couple 50-50 fights. Matias, Prograde, Devin Haney, Josh Taylor, Teofimo Lopez. You know what I mean? He got a couple fights that we would consider 50-50. True enough, right? You know, you got to go out there. You know, you got the highest level of fighter he fought was 130-pound fighter, right? When you move up in division, you know, his weight class for a reason. He fought Barrios at 140. He's a big guy at 140. It took him a little time to get Barrios up out of there, right? The 50-50 mean both fights put butts in seats. No, a 50-50 fight has nothing to do with who put people in the seat. You not 50-50 in money, cop. Not a 50-50 financial fight. 50-50 inside of the ring. No, financially, now nobody in that division is a 50-50 financially. Is going to get 50-50 with him, right? But as far as inside of the ring competition level, yes, there are 50-50 fights for him. We're not talking about tank money right now. We're talking about good fighters. We're talking about getting in the ring, you know, with the good fighters. Shakur Stevenson is a good fighter. Shakur Stevenson is a champion at 135. My thing is, why are we about to fight Eastside Cruz, right? Why are we getting ready for an Eastside Cruz fight, right? Why are we getting ready to gear for another Eastside Cruz fight when Gervonta Tank Davis said that he won't to fight Shakur? That's what I'm talking about. That's who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Shakur Stevenson. That's the only person I'm talking about right now. That's the only logical person at 135. I feel like Gervonta Tank Davis should be fighting him or Frank Martin. Frank Martin in place of Eastside Cruz. If you fight Frank Martin, then okay, cool with the Shakur thing for now. But it got to be one of these top guys. Shakur and Tank need to be fighting Frank or one another. That's where I'm at with it. Shakur and Tank need to be fighting Frank or one another. And if you Shakur at this point, you got to fight De Los Santos or Lopez because Shakur can't call for a Gervonta Tank Davis fight. That's why I'm not putting that pressure on Shakur. Shakur can't call for that fight because he the B-side. Tank Davis is the one that got to make that fight happen. He said Tank can fight Shakur, Loma, Tank, Duck. He can fight. He can fight Jermaine or Frank. He said, okay, Frank maybe, but Shakur for real. That's what I'm saying. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. St. David said he wanted to smoke for Shakur, right? He said, I knocked out Shakur and I knocked out Devin and Spawn. Yo, I got 15 people in the building. I got 23 likes. I need y'all to get your boy up to 30 likes right now. If you in the building right now, you ain't hit that thumbs up. Stop what you're doing right now. Hit that thumbs up, man. Let YouTube know that we live. Let YouTube know that we talking this good boxing. Let YouTube know that it's going on 7:15. And we've been up in here talking this good boxing since about 6:15, right? Help get your boy going in that algorithm when they're having this boxing conversation. They said my other video yellow from yesterday, right? So y'all help keep this one green for the day. Y'all help get your boy right, get your boy tight. He said people got to stop praising Tank for doing the burning. All I'm saying is, bro, let's just not my expectation, right, Jason? Not even talking about nothing that I said, not my expectations, right? Let's make Tank do something. Let's make Tank do something. Let's make Tank do something that he said he was gonna do, right? I'm not asking Tank to do nothing that he didn't say that he could do or that he was willing to do, right? Tank said that after he fight Ryan, Tank said that after he fight Ryan Garcia, after he fight Hector Garcia, he said he'd like to move on. Tank said after he fight Hector Garcia, right, and he fight Ryan Garcia, he said that he will be open to fight. He said that he will be open to fight Devin Haney, and he'll be open to fight Shakur Stevenson. My thing right now is Shakur Stevenson is on the hunt. My thing right now is Shakur Stevenson is on the hunt for an opponent, right? Shakur Stevenson is the newly crowned WBC champion, right? You said you want to smoke. You done took care of both of the Hectors. Can we finally, bro, at some point, bro, we didn't give Devin Haney enough fire, bro. We didn't give Shakur Stevenson enough fire, bro. Can we finally, at some point, bro? Can we finally, at some point, bro, give Gervonta Tank Davis a little bit of this fire, bro? That's all I'm asking, bro. Like, why is it that we put all this pressure on Shakur? We put all this pressure on Devin, right? And they out here scrambling to make fights. Devin trying to close down this Regis Progress fight. Shakur trying to close down the fight with pretty much anybody at this point, right? And Gervonta Tank Davis ain't said a word. But I remember the last words he said. And he out of jail. People kept telling me he in jail. You talking about him and he in jail. He can't fight nobody in jail. I ain't heard none of them niggas, none of them chicks, nobody say nothing about it since he been out of jail. Nobody. Nothing is he quiet because why he quiet now? Now what is it? He out of jail. What is it now? It don't matter what he do because y'all gonna find the reason. Y'all gonna find the excuse for everything that Tank do. You get what I'm saying? Y'all gonna find the excuse for everything that Tank do. Now he out of jail. Now what it is? Devin about to fight somebody. Cool. I give you that. Devin is about to fight somebody, right? Shakur Stevenson not. Shakur Stevenson, the WBC champ. I know Shakur Stevenson. I mean, I know Tank don't give a damn about the belts, but it ain't about the belts. It's about Shakur Stevenson. So I don't even gotta say that Shakur Stevenson is a champ now because they don't even matter to Gervonta Tank Davis. You will make a lot of money fighting Shakur Stevenson, right? You will make more money fighting Shakur Stevenson than you will fighting Isaac Cruz. I guarantee you that because you already fought Isaac Cruz one, right? And you ain't make that much goddamn money. You already fought Isaac Cruz, right? And that wasn't your highest payday. You got your highest payday after you fought Isaac Cruz. You know what I mean? So Isaac Cruz ain't the payday that everybody trying to make it seem, right? Everybody's saying that, oh, he doing that for the paper. He doing that for, Isaac Cruz, bro. Isaac Cruz got a lot of fans that he do. But you already done that. You know what that payday like. If you think that payday about to increase, sadly mistaken. Y'all might do the same thing again, but I'm telling you, people who bought their first fight, they bought that fight because it was you and Rolling. I thought because it was you and Rolling. Now, it's all good, brother. It's all good, my brother. Shout out my guy, Penny Feather. Penny Feather, can you do your boy a favor, Penny Feather? Yo, I need you to hit that like button. and I need you to subscribe to the channel. I got no problem answering your fantasy questions, bro. He said, I know this is a fantasy question, but I just got off of Burrow and Waddle for Jalen Hurts. Burrow and Waddle for Jalen Hurts. Burrow had a terrible game the first week, but I'm expecting him to bounce back, right? He can't play that bad all year unless he really is hurt. If he really is hurt, then he really can play that bad all year. Jalen Waddle is in a good situation with Tua. Tua been on fire. He the second receiver over there. I personally would not do it, but depending on who's your other quarterback, just in case Burrow don't perform, right? I personally wouldn't trade Jalen Hurts for Burrow and Waddle. That's a hell of a deal, though, especially depending on who your backup quarterback is. You know what I mean? Especially depending on who your backup quarterback is. But I probably wouldn't do the deal just barefaced with the information I got. Burrow and Waddle. Burrow looked terrible that first game. Now I want to do a Penny. Penny, do your boy a favor. Hit that subscription button, bro. Hit that subscription button. Like the video. Really appreciate you sliding through. He said that was Eastside Cruz's best payday. That's why he wants the rematch, win or lose. Right, I know Eastside Cruz wants the rematch, right? But I'm talking about us. We're not trying to see that shit no more, right? That ain't gonna make an Eastside Cruz fight ain't gonna make Javante Tank Davis more money than fighting Shakur Stevenson. He said Frank, Doug, and Shakur, it was too good to be true for us to have this good of a year in boxing. Yeah, fast, big dog. So now we got to move on to the other thing, right? Now we got to move on to the other thing. Shakur and Frank ain't happy. So we could strike another person off the list, right? Y'all could have it. Devin duck Shakur, Frank duck Shakur, Errol Spence duck Shakur, Deontay Wilder duck Shakur, right? Everybody duck Shakur, right? So now we got to talk about the people who actually still in the division and who want to fight him, right? Who in the division. Javante Tank Davis is in that division. Javante Tank Davis said he'll fight Shakur, right? Javante Tank Davis needs to be the one that's trying to step up to the plate and fight Shakur. Or do we not care about Javante Tank Davis fighting Shakur? Or do we only care about Frank and Devin? You know what I mean? Shakur Stevenson got a belt in that division right now. Two of those guys are still at 135. The top two people at 135 are who? Shakur and Devin. Neither of them have a fight right now. I just explained to y'all that, yeah, they reached out to Eastside Cruz. They still talking to exactly. Okay, there we go. They still talking to, so it's perfect timing for Tank to actually do what he said. It's time for Tank to actually do what he said now. So I think now the whole boxing world should turn their attention to Javante Tank Davis doing what he said, right? If we being logical about it, we can talk about Frank Douglas Shakur. We can talk about Devin Douglas Shakur, right? All that fantasy shit, right? All that fantasy shit. We can talk about that shit. We already talked about this shit, right? But let's talk about some real shit now, right? Let's talk about some real shit now, right? We can't talk about the past. Like the past ain't gonna get us. The past ain't gonna get us nowhere, right? The past ain't gonna get us nowhere, right? So now we move forward. The Edwin De Los Santos fight ain't signed. You know what I mean? Yeah, in fact, I know Cop. I know Frank didn't duck him. I know Devin didn't duck him, right? But for Tank fans, because that's all these, it's basically Shakur and Tank fans are one now, right? So it's basically Tank fans that's pushing the Shakur narrative right now. You know what I mean? So they can have it, right? Devin ducked all of them, right? But at this point, we got to talk about what's going on next, right? We got to talk about what we could do next. And Javante Tank Davis, right? What y'all told me is that Javante Tank Davis is his own boss now. What y'all told me is that Javante Tank Davis makes his own fights now. What y'all told me is that after Javante Tank Davis made that Ryan Garcia fight, Javante Tank Davis made that Hector Garcia fight was he his own boss. He make his own fight. He called the shot. You see, as soon as he left Floyd, he made the big fights, right? So my thing is, we need Javante Tank Davis. He still make his own fights, right? Or did he only make his own fights when, he was fighting Ryan Garcia and Hector? And now he don't make his own fights because now he got to fight Shakur Stevenson or Devin Haney. And I give you the pass on Devin Haney because Devin Haney's at 140 now, right? Right. So I give him a pass on Devin Haney because Devin Haney is at 140. right? You know what I mean? So as of right now, we can talk about fantasy. You know, I mean, yes, okay, Frank Martin, Devin, cool. So they ducked him. So I mean, they don't want to fight. I mean, that fight is not going to happen. So what do we do next? Do we just have Tank Davis at 135? We just got Shakur at 135, and they just go sit there and they both the boogeyman. So Tank the money man, Shakur the boogeyman, and we just go kumbaya. We just go kumbaya, hold hands, right, and be friends. We're gonna have the boogeyman, we're gonna have the money man. And they never go fight each other, right? Corrales never go fight Floyd. Floyd never go fight Guerrero, right? So we just gonna have them two just in the division, just never saying nothing to each other because we know the fight ain't gonna happen, right? That's what we gonna do. That's where we at with it. Or we gonna keep talking about Frank Martin and Shakur. Or we gonna keep talking about Devin and Shakur. Or we gonna keep beating down the same bush. Or we gonna try to let these people know. Or we gonna try to let these people know. Or we gonna let these people know that we don't want to see Gervonta Tank Davis fight Eastside Cruz, right? Or we gonna make Gervonta Tank Davis do what he said he gonna do. I'm waiting for somebody to make that video, right? Because my little ass, I don't do nothing but set the tone. All the content creators being here, y'all hit my like button. All the content creators being here, right? So I don't do nothing but set the tone. So we go keep making videos about Frank Martin and Duncan and that beef and that gossip and all that shit. Or we go start putting out videos about the best fighting the best. You know what I mean? Or we gonna start putting out videos about the best fighting the best. All right, or we just go buy this, or we go buy this, or we go. He said, wasn't it Bob on Blue Blood explaining what happened? That was in the room. We weren't. I don't know what you're talking about, Kyle. He said he doesn't care to prove that he's the best. He said you trust the WBC sanctioning bodies. No, bro. He said no. The WBA sanctioning bodies stated on their website. They stated what? Or what they stated? They stated what they stated on their website. What they stated on their website. Right, but what I'm trying to do is right. I'm letting y'all have it. I'm letting the Gervonta Tank Davis fans, that Shakur Stevenson fans now, right? I'm letting y'all have it, right? Everybody duck Shakur. The whole world duck Shakur, right? Everybody's scared of Shakur. So is Tank scared of Shakur? That's my question. Is Tank afraid of Shakur, right? Because Tank said he gonna fight Shakur, and now he don't want to fight Shakur. I'm not hearing nothing about his name. I'm running it down. Like I'm done talking about fairy tale shit, right? Right? Because okay, Frank Martin ducked Shakur, so it's not happening. Devin Haney at 140, it's not happening. I mean, it's not happening, right? So yes, y'all get it, right? They ducked him. So is Tank afraid of him too? Is Tank about to duck him too? That's my thing. Because I remember Tank saying that he wanted to fight. So Tank don't want to fight no more. So Tank don't want to fight no more. Tank don't want that smoke. Tank don't want that Shakur smoke. So we got the boogeyman, we got the money man. Is the money man afraid of the boogeyman? Why are you about to fight Eastside Cruz? Why are you about to fight Eastside Cruz? So Tank said that Tank had a chance to fight Devin Haney. He said, I'll fight Devin Haney when I get to it. Tank got an opportunity to fight Shakur Stevenson right now. He said he wanted to fight Shakur, right? Crickets. Everybody was telling me, Tank in jail. Let Tank get out of jail. Tank gotta get out of jail. Tank in jail. He in jail. Y'all talk about the man when he in jail. Y'all want him to talk while he in jail. Let him get himself together, man. He just got out of jail. Let him get himself together. He been out of jail too much. And what we hearing? Eastside Cruz too. Eastside Cruz. Oh, man. Come on, man. Come on now. So everybody afraid of Shakur. We get it. Shakur is the boogeyman. Everybody afraid of him. Is Tank Davis afraid of him? Right. Tank said, I want to fight Shakur Stevenson after Garcia and Garcia. Shade girl. What's good, Shade girl? Appreciate you sliding through this thing. Glad y'all can make it. I'm just in here having a boxing conversation, man. I'm trying to check the temperature of the boxing world right now. I'm trying to see if we go keep talking about Frank Martin, Doug Shakur, Jermaine Ortiz, Doug Shakur, Devin Haney, Doug Shakur, everybody, Doug Shakur, I'll get it. So, okay, y'all got it. Y'all won, right? Everybody does. So what we gonna do going forward? So what we talking about? So what we talking about this month? You know what I mean? Are we only about the drama, right? Are we only about the social media wars, right? Or do we really want to see, the best fight the best? Everybody is afraid of Shakur Stevenson. He's the boogeyman of the world. Everybody's afraid of him. So we got one person left to save the world. It's Gervonta Tank Davis, right? We got one person left to save the world. And Tank said that he wanted to fight Shakur. So my thing is, right, Tank said he wanted to fight him. So this ain't me. So this ain't me, right? Everybody saying Frank Martin wanted more money, no evidence. But he wanted more money, right? Frank Martin and Shakur was going back and forth yesterday on Twitter. Now, they was going back and forth yesterday. Unless he shut it down after they went back and forth. What are you talking about? What you talking about? No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's not shut down at all. To my fans, I want this fight just like y'all. And I ain't never asked for no 50-50 split. Not at all, big dog. But I digress. So are we gonna sit, right? Y'all can have it. Like, I'm not going back and forth. I'm not going back and forth I'm not going back and forth about who dug two. Y'all get it. He said Lord Bill Haney told me he did. Y'all get it, right? At some point, we got to look around, y'all. At some point, man, we got to look around, man, and we got to call a spade a spade. And then come to find out, Shakur said that Frank asked for 50-50. So I heard that he asked for $1 million. I heard that he asked for 50-50. So let's just say that he wanted more than $1 million. That's that top right there, the bullshit. But I digress. Say, all right, that's great. I had to check real quick. I wasn't even finna get into the conversation on, But yeah. But hey, y'all do your boy favor, man. I got 16 people here now, man. I got 24 likes. Y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy, man. Y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy, man. Y'all hit that thumbs up for your boy. Bro, hear me out, man. Everybody in their mama ducked Shakur Stevenson, bro. Okay. So I think it's time that we add Gervonta Tank Davis to the list. Right? I think we're gonna have to add him to the list. You know what I mean? I think it's time we add him to the list. Right? Because Tank said he wanted to fight Shakur and he ain't said a word to him. You know what I mean? And he ain't said a word to him. And ain't nobody said a word to him. What people was telling me was that Gervonta was his own boss. Right? People was telling me that Gervonta was his own boss before that Ryan Garcia and Hector Garcia fight. Well, the boss man said that he wanted to fight Shakur Stevenson. Now my thing is right now, does the boss man make his own decisions? My thing is, does the boss man make his own decisions, or does he not? You know what I mean? Does he make his own decisions, or does he not? Jason, does he make his own? And look, Jason, I'm not even demanding him to fight nobody that he said he didn't want to fight. That'd be the thing for me, bro. Right? That'd be the thing for me. A nigga say Devin Haney duck, and he actually sent somebody a contract, right? But I digress. But I'm not asking him to do nothing. I'm not asking him to do nothing that he didn't say that he was open to doing, because I don't do that. I'm not one of them guys who make people fight people that don't want to fight. But if you say you want to fight a good fighter, I'm gonna remember that shit forever, because I love seeing good fights. You know what I mean? I love seeing good fights. So if you say that you want to fight a good fighter, I'm gonna remember that shit forever. You know what I mean? And he said that he wanted that smoke. He said that he wanted that smoke with Shakur. And all I'm saying is, I'm just pointing out this will be the perfect time. This will be the perfect time. You know what I mean? To make that happen. My guy Ted, he said, T, I'm telling you the real. Tank ain't proved he's the best. He's trying to be a star. His biggest fight in his career was Ryan Garcia, a fighter who hasn't done anything. Right? And that's all, and that's really what I want Gervonta Tank Davis fans to see, right? We People could say he could beat up everybody. My thing is, he got to get in the ring with them, right? And then he's the money man, right? He's the money man. That's what it's about for him, right? So that's what I'm saying. So when I ask this question, right? Are you watching boxing to see your favorite fighter make money? Or are you watching boxing because you like to see good boxing matches, right? I'm one of the people who watch boxing because I like to see good boxing matches. I don't care how much money that another man make. Now, if I was a woman, right, and I was fanned the fuck out, maybe I would, right? Maybe I have a secret crush on him, so he can't do no wrong to me. But I'm not no fucking woman. You know what I mean? I'm not watching boxing to see Tank shine. And now I can't wear Devin Haney belts, but I could watch him fight for belts. That's what I'm talking about. He win the belt. That's his prize. My prize is watching him fight the best. I don't want to see Tank Davis fight a scrub, and the only prize that we get is him getting money in his pocket. Oh, we get to see a knockout, bro. You could go out there and knock out scrubs. I just go outside and just go start knocking motherfuckers out. You know what I mean? I watch boxing to see good boxing matches, to see fair fights. I want to see. I don't like lopsided fights. I don't even like watching lopsided street fights. I don't like lopsided fights. I watch boxing to see professionals fight because I want it to be an even fight. That's why I watch boxing. It don't got shit to do with their pockets. Right now, I can't wear the belts, but they wear the belts in the end for their legacy. You know what I mean? We go Gervonta Tank Davis fans. They go look back, right? They gonna look back and they gonna realize that their fighter ain't accomplished nothing. Y'all realize like Gervonta Davis gonna get real rich, but if he never, well, now he about to get a second division, right? And he not even about to have to fight for it because it's finna be given to him when Devin Haney move up. You know what I mean? But so he about to get a second division. But y'all gonna fuck around, look back on Tank career and realize that it's just gonna be one big highlight. He not gonna have the stats. He not gonna have the resumes as them other people. Right? We talk about first ballot, second ballot Hall of Famers. Tank is gonna be a star, right? But it's gonna be a point where he gonna be graded on the scale of what he's done in his career. And you can't get into the Hall of Fame for being famous until Rogati is famous, right? But it's levels to their room. You'll never be considered the greatest boxer ever alive, right? And I don't think Tank Davis got a problem with that. He don't even care about being considered the greatest boxer ever alive, right? I do think he just want to get money. I say this all the time, right? And people can look at me funny, they can feel away. But Gervonta Tank Davis is the Carmelo Anthony of boxing. And I say, and that's a compliment. And it got his cons too. Carmelo Anthony is one of the richest people to ever be in the fucking NBA. One of the most popular people to ever be in the fucking NBA. You know what I mean? but he's not considered one of the best players to ever play in the NBA. He's considered a top player. He's in the room with them. But when you're talking about the top 5, you don't mention Carmelo Anthony. When you're talking about the top 10, you don't mention Carmelo Anthony. Now, when you're talking about the top 20, top 15, top 25, he gets some conversation, right? And that's who Javonte Tank Davis is going to be at the end of his career if he don't start fighting people worth a damn, right? He gonna be extremely popular. He's gonna be one of the richest fighters ever, right? But when you look down the list and we get to talking about the Devin Haney's versus the Javonte Tank Davis, if he never get those Devin Haney wins, he never get those Shakur Stevenson wins. When we get to talking about their career and we're going down their accolades and their championships and their resumes, those guys gonna be shit on Javonte Tank Davis, and they gonna be rich as fuck too. You know what I mean? They gonna be rich as fuck. Both of them gonna be rich, not us, right? We don't get that. We go get the memories. You know what I mean? From what the hell that they did. That's our enjoyment from it. That's what we get from it. We pay to see this shit. You get what I'm saying? That's what we get out of it. Y'all want to pay to see y'all boyfriend going there and look good against somebody you know that he go look good against. You know what I mean? So is Javonte Tank Davis. You know what I mean? But when you living in it, right? You're not gonna see it when he's 28, Teddy. You're not gonna see it when he's 29. You gonna see it after he done. You're not gonna see it right now from Tank. When Melo was 27, 28, he was one of the best ball players in the world in New York. You couldn't see it because he was living in it. Once he started to get old, once he started to fade out, right? Once he started to go away from the game is going to move on from him eventually. Once the game starts to move on, then that real gonna start to come out. You know what I mean? If he never fights the Shakur, if he never fights the Devin Haney's, right? People forget, bro, stardom is now, bro. That shit is temporary. Look how big of a star Floyd Mayweather was 10 years ago. And Floyd Mayweather can't even sell out a $20,000 arena in Miami now. Niggas don't even know that Floyd Mayweather be fighting when he fight until after the fight. It's some crazy shit happen. Niggas don't even know he be fighting no more, bro. That stardom is going to leave you once you leave the fucking game. If you in the game, we care. Once you leave the game, we don't care as much. We care about your legacy. And if you don't have a legacy, Javonte Tank Davis, you're going to be a popular, rich-ass superstar, just like Carmelo Anthony. You know what I mean? Tank Davis is dropping the ball right now. But the fact that he living in it, you ain't going to be able to see it. You ain't going to be able to see it until he's sitting down and he a little older, he done, and he ain't the hot nigga. He ain't the hot young nigga on the scene no more. There's going to be another hot young nigga on the scene that you looking at and shit. You ain't going to be giving a fuck about Tank. That's when you go realize that Tank ain't really done shit. You know what I mean? That's when it's going to hit you. Just like Carmelo Anthony, you going to realize, damn, he top 15 in scoring, right? But he ain't done shit outside of that. He got that one accolade. He can score the route. There was Melo thing. He could score. He could score that route. Never got a ship. You know what I mean? Never been to the finals. None of that. He could score right. He go get in on some Tracy McGrady shit. Tracy McGrady, my favorite all-time player, right? But when you're talking about top 5, top 10, you don't mention Tracy McGrady. You know what I mean? Great player. Go be famous forever. One of the most popular niggas in the world. Tracy McGrady, Carmelo Anthony. But when it's all said and done, it's going to be a place that you got to sit in. You got to sit there. And you either go be at the top, the middle, or the bottom. Again, everybody I'm talking about is a Hall of Famer. Tracy McGrady, Carmelo Anthony, Hall of Famers, right? But they not fucking Magic Johnson. They not fucking Michael Jordan. They not fucking LeBron. But they Hall of Famers, right? And at the end of the Tank career, he gonna be a name. He gonna be popular, but he ain't gonna be fucking Floyd. He ain't gonna be fucking Muhammad Ali. He ain't gonna be goddamn Joe Frazier. He's not gonna be mixing like them because he's not gonna have the resumes. He's not gonna have the stats, and he might be undefeated. And they got losses, but he'll never be those guys because he don't fight the competition that those guys fight. He made a lot of bread. He became popular as fuck. But when it's all said and done, when you get out the scene, when you start to lose the light, when you get old, you know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna give a fuck about how much money you got. People care about you now because you got a fight coming up. You have a fight coming up soon. So we care about you. You can fight a scrub, knock him out, get all the bitches to love you, get everybody to treat your name. That might Tank knock the nigga out again, right? But once you stop doing that, once you don't got a fight coming up no more, we ain't gonna give a damn about that, how much money you got, because you ain't gonna be in that light no more. You get what I'm saying? That's when it's gonna hit him. Tank is dropping the ball right now. Just when he in his prime, you ain't gonna see it. It ain't gonna hit the same when his prime passing. You know what I mean? You see how Errol Spence took one fucking loss to Terrence Crawford, and now everybody look at him fucking different. Everybody got some hindsight ass shit to say. Well, he this, well, he that, well, he that. As long as you fighting scrubs and you winning, you know what I'm saying? But Earl wasn't even fighting scrubs. Earl was fighting top competition, and he ran into somebody that was better than him finally, which is what's going to happen, right? Which is what's going to happen. But imagine if Gervonta Tank if Gervonta Tank Davis loses his next fight, bro, we gonna look at that man resume and be like, bro, he ain't done shit. The thing that's saving Earl is everything that he done before he took his fucking loss. That's what's saving Earl. That's why Earl's still that nigga. When you take a loss, bro, people are gonna switch on you, whether it's a big percentage or a little percentage. A small percentage of motherfuckers switched up on Earl Spence. Not a big percentage, but a small, right? But they're going to switch up on you. And if you take a loss and you Gervonta Tank Davis right now, your resume is piss poor. Your resume is piss poor. He said, nigga told me yesterday PPC just matched perfectly and he really ain't that. That's what they gonna get what I'm saying, Teddy. After you lose, shit like that gonna be being said, right? It's going to be said, right? But Earl lost to probably the best fighter in the world. And they still come at him sideways. You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? But now, right now, you can't see it because he's still in the light. But once he's all said and done, bro, nigga go, if he don't fight Devin, he don't fight Shakur, he don't fight those big names and shit, the Josh Taylors, the T.O.s and all that shit, the Lomachenko's and all that, bro. You go eventually look at him away. Watch this. I got another example for y'all. Riddick Bowe. Y'all remember Riddick Bowe? Riddick Bowe's probably one of the most popular fighters in the world. He used to be on the sitcoms, used to be on the Wayans Brothers, was on fucking Fresh Prince. Right, Riddick Bowe was every fucking world. You couldn't. The world loved fucking Riddick Bowe. Bowe, no, everybody loved fucking Riddick Bowe. One of the biggest American boxers in the world. Original heavyweight champion, 30-81. Stop playing with fucking Riddick Bowe. Right? All I need to remember Riddick Bowe for right now is not fighting Lennox Lewis. That's all I remember for right now. We forget how fucking good Riddick Bowe was. We forget Riddick Bowe was on everybody's TV, on everybody's commercial. You know what I'm saying? We forget how good he was. Because he didn't fight Lennox Lewis that one time. Then he got one loss. He a heavyweight, bro, with 39 wins and one loss. And the only thing we remember him for is not fighting Lennox Lewis. Y'all know niggas used to hate Lennox Lewis back then. Niggas love Lennox Lewis now. You know what I'm saying? Time changes, bro. Time changes. That money shit don't matter. That money shit don't matter. Mike Tyson's one of the richest people in the world. But you know why? Not because he just knocked motherfuckers out. Because he fought the best motherfuckers. Talk your ass off. He fought the best people in the world. And he knocked out those bums. He knocked out a couple good motherfuckers. It's an accumulation of everything. The fact that he fought everybody with the knockouts and some wins. Tank Davis ain't fighting everybody. All he got is the knockouts. In the end, it's going to show. You know what I mean? I'm taking the pressure off Devin, bro. I'm taking the pressure off Shakur because Devin is doing what the fuck he's supposed to do, everything. And Shakur is trying to make moves right now. My thing is, he said Tank ain't got to worry about taking no L. He ain't fighting no threats. But that's how it happened, bro. After a while, you cherry pick easy fight so long and somebody go catch you. You go come in out, right? Or you go underestimate somebody and they gonna be able to get you. Well, one day your chin just go out, right? And he go hit you harder than you expect, you know what I mean? Or something just like it's you know what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be hard press, right? But eventually, bro, you know what I mean? But even if he don't lose, he gonna continue to win. He gonna go undefeated, right? And at the end of his career, we gonna look back at all those people who gave us those memories and those good fights, and we gonna say, bro, Gervonta Tank Davis is Carmelo Anthony, bro. You know what I mean? He Carmelo Anthony. All the talent. It was time where LeBron probably wasn't fucking with Carmelo Anthony, bro. It was maybe like a year or two stretch where LeBron wasn't fucking with Carmelo Anthony, bro. You know what I mean? It was like a year or two stretch where Kobe Bryant and Carmelo Anthony was the best scorers in the fucking league. You know what I'm saying? Not even a year or two stretch on it. It was like a 4 or 5 year stretch where Carmelo was the best fucking scorer in the league. You get what I'm saying? But that too shall pass. You know what I mean? That too, I'm telling you, bro. Tank Davis got a chance to be as popular as LeBron. He got a chance to be LeBron James or Carmelo Anthony right now. Make your choice. And I would love to be either of those niggas, right? Their lifestyle, right? I would love to have I would love to be either one of those niggas, right? Lifestyle wise. But you're in a position. If I had to choose, though, right? If I had to choose, though, right? I'm taking LeBron. You know what I mean? I ain't mad at Carmelo lifestyle either, right? But if I had to choose, right, I'm taking the latter, right? If you could be Mike, right? Mike and Magic a bad example because both of them were pretty fucking good. That was pretty. That's a hard one, that is right. If you could be Mike, why would you want to be Scottie Pippen? You know what I mean? You got a chance to be Mike, Tank. Don't in the end let us look at you like Clyde Drexler, and he's a bad motherfucker too, one of the best players in the world, right? But if you could be number one, don't be number 7. Don't be number 7 if you could be number 1. You know what I mean? Carmelo could have been number 1. Don't be number 15. Y'all saw I did there. He was 15, then number 7. Y'all saw what I did. Don't be number 15 when you could have been number 1. Don't be number 7 when you could have been number 1. That's all I'm saying, man. At this point, bro, I'm off that fantasy shit, bro. I'm done with that fantasy talk. Y'all can have the fantasy talk, bro. Y'all can have the Frank Doug Shakur and all that shit. Cool. Everybody in the world Doug Shakur. Fine. Right? Y'all can have Tank the Money Man. Cool. I get it. It's 2 people at 135 right now. Tank and Shakur Stevenson. Devin Haney fighting at 140, about to fight for a ship. You know what I mean? It's 2 people down there. Devontae Tank Davis said, I'll be open to fight Shakur Stevenson, right? After he fight Garcia and Garcia. He fought Garcia and Garcia, and he ain't said a word about Devin or Shakur. Devin moved up, cool. Shakur got an open fight, and he got a title right now. My thing is, when we going to start holding Devontae Tank Davis' feet to the fire, right? And it'll be perfect timing right now because Shakur need an opponent, right? Let's talk about realistic fights that could actually happen. Skinny Holloway, Southern T. This ain't the past. This ain't the future. But this the present. That's how you rocking. And I'm out. Look.